Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you are good. So today we'll try to understand entity scoping in GRC module. Okay, so it is quite important topic in GRC. So let's get started and we'll try to understand it. Okay, so let's come to our personal instance and type here entity. So once you type entity here in your filter navigator, you could see this entity scoping is available in audit. If you scroll down, you could see it's there in policy and compliance. It's there in risk and risk management. So this is scoping, entity scoping is same across all the module. So once you understand how entity scoping works, you would be able to use this across all the module like policy and compliance, risk and audit. Okay, so let's get started and we'll try to understand what is entity scoping and how it works. Okay, so let's try to understand what is entity scoping. Okay, so entity scoping is permitted in each of the core GRC applications. As I told you before, it is available across all the core GRC applications like policy and compliance, risk, audit. So scoping provides a way to allocate risk and controls at different levels. Okay. Dependencies are created using the dependency map in the GRC workbench. So workbench can be used to create dependencies. So process that define the distribution of responsibilities for control objectives based on the appropriate responsibilities parties. So we use entity scoping, that is a process that defines the distribution of responsibilities for control objectives based on appropriate responsibilities. So like who has to taken care of this control objective. So based on that we define and we can distribute the responsibilities among responsibilities parties. So in terms of policy and compliance, so policy and compliance manager use entity scoping to create a system for internal controls and monitor compliance. Okay. And when we talk about risk managers use entity scoping to monitor risk exposure and perform risk assessment. So in different module, entity scoping is used, but for different motto, for different sort of thing, we use entity scoping in across all the core GRC applications. So dependencies are created using the dependency map and model by creating tiers. So we'll try to understand what is tiers and what all things are important in entity scoping. Okay. So first we'll try to understand what is entity class and how can we create it. So entity classes, we use entity classes to create or edit entity types. So we'll try to understand what is entity type and entity filter in further. So first we'll try to understand what is entity class. So create or edit entity types and map them using entity filter to existing ServiceNow tables. Map these entity types to external regulation and internal policies using control objectives and risk assessment statements. So generate risk and control instance on related entities. Okay. So first you will try to understand why we create entity class. So what is the advantage of having entity class in GRC module or entity scoping? So entity class is used for recognizing the purpose, or we can arrange the control objectives in a order. So an entity class associated with one tier. Okay, and what tier is? So tier is hierarchy label to prioritize the classes that helps you to measure your compliance enforcement. Okay. So basically entity class is associated with one tier and it recognizes the purpose like thing has to be prioritized and we have to make sure our compliance enforcement is in place. So for that we can map those control objectives in that entity class and responsibilities parties, and whoever is owner of that they can take care of it. So this is how we can define the entity class and we can associate that entity class with one tier. And remember one thing, we can only associate one tier with entity class. So if you come here and try to create one entity class under policy and compliance, so just you have to go to entity classes and you could see there are a lot of entity classes are already present. Let's try to create one new one. So here you have to provide the name. So you can create this entity classes basis on department or configuration item. You can consider, any sort of records. So we are going to take example here for location. So I want to create this entity class for location. So I'm going to provide here location. Let's add demo or maybe sample location. Okay, so this is our entity class name, and now you can add this into tire. So you can add only one tire for this entity class. Okay, so come here, and we are having some tires already created. You can create new tire as per your requirement. If it's not already present, you can create one. So here what we are going to do is we are going to select business tire. Okay, so basis on location, basis on business, we are going to take location for entity class. And if you want to make this entity class as root, you can check on it. Okay, so this entity class will be root but cannot have several roles. Okay, so yeah, again it's up to your requirement, and here you have option to roll up to. So click on search icon, and you could see you have some options. You can select it from there, or maybe you can create it your own. So it's opening. So you can select any of here, or if it is required you can select it, or not required you can just. But see, once you check it, you could see that option, right? Cannot have several routes, so only one route it can have, as well as one tire. So if it's required, you can check it or uncheck it. Okay, so let's save it. So we have created our entity class. Okay, so now try to understand what is entity types. So entity type is a classification which is used to structure the entities and apply control objectives as a scale. So yeah, here we'll try to understand in deep. So entity type, uh, we use entity type to associate the control objectives, then all control will be created automatically. So we'll try to see, like once we create the entity type, how can entities can be created, okay, and how can we add filter to it, and how can new entities will be created automatically, and how using this entity like associated control objectives can be mapped, and how can controls will be created automatically to the control objective. So we'll try to understand all these things. Okay, so first let's try to see what is entity type and how can we create it. So mainly we use entity classes, entity type for the classification purpose. So we can classify, and we can assign it to some owner, and according to priority, or according to, yeah, priority, it can be taken care by the owner, and owner can enforce the policy which policy is in compliance. Okay, so let's create entity type. So let's give location here because we are going to create entity based on location, and here you can provide the, description, and this will be automatically updated. Compliance score percentage, you don't have to do anything here. So save it. So our entity has been created. So first we have created entity class, and then we created entity type. Okay, and now we have to create entity filters. So basis on entity filters, entities will be automatically created. So let's try to create entity filter and understand what is entity filters. Okay, so you had created this entity filters from entity type. So entity type has been automatically selected here. So now you have to provide the table name. So we are considering location table. So I'm going to provide here location. So I have provided location. Now you have to provide the owner. Okay. So let's select. So I'm going to provide owner as a business owner. Okay. And I'm going to, so you could see here 426 records matching on this location table. So maybe you can filter also based on your requirement. So let's filter it. So I am going to filter names contains India. Okay. And I'm going to save it. So once I save this filter, you could see here we are having 6 matching record for this condition. Okay. So let's go here. In entity type, we have come here, and for this entity type, we have created entity filters. Okay. And we have provided our owner as well as filter condition. So now entities will be automatically created based on our filter. So for that, you have to create on this link, click on this link, update entities from filter. So entities will be, all the matching entities will be updated here. So it will take a bit of time. So you could see here updating entities for this type. Okay, refresh it. So you could see 6 entities has been updated based on our filter condition, right? So this is how you can create entity class, then entity type, and you have to create the entity filter, then entities will be automatically created. So I think we are good till here. So this is the sequence which I have told you. So now what we have to do is, I'll tell you one more thing. We are having this entity class rule as well as entity tiers. So from here also I shown you can create a new entity tier. So let me show you how this entity tier tables looks. Okay. So create new. So here you have to provide the label and tier label as well as name. And you can select the domain here. This is domain separated. I mean, if you have to create in different domain, you can do it. You can select domain and you can create the tier as per your requirement. So this is the tier table, how it looks. And let's come here and click on entity class rule. So you can create new tier as well as you can create class rule. So here you have to select the table and here you have to select the class, and you can make the relationship between table and class by using entity class rule. Okay. So yeah, come here, and we have understood, right? So first we have to identify the data source for the entities, like in which if you have to create entities department wise, you can do it. Location, configuration item, as per your requirement, you have to identify the data source for entities, and then you have to create the tier first. So we have used out of box tier. So you can create a new tier as well by using this table, right? And after that you have to create an entity class, rule and classes. So you can create the class rule, and we have created this class sample location, right? And after that you have to associate class with tier. So we have done it, right? So we have associated this entity class with this tier. And then what we have to do is, you have to create entity types. Okay, so we have created this entity types, and then you have to create entity filters. So we have created this entity filters, and then basis on this entity filter, entities have been created, sorted, and then you can map the entities into entity classes. So let's come here, this entity. Okay. Okay. So this is the entity. So before, entity was called as profile in our previous upgrade, I think in London, and after that it has been upgraded and it was being called as entity. So before it was being called as profile. So you could see here this entity table name is sn underscore grc underscore profile. So here you can add this entity to the class. So what class we have created? Let's see here. We have created sample location, right? So select this class, and you can select owned by as well. So you can select owner of this entity. So save it. So this is how you can link the entity to your class. Okay. So now let's try to understand generate risk and control from entity type. So how can you generate risk and controls? So for policy, we have taken this example, right? So here come to entity type. And here, if you want to create controls for risk, you have to add risk statement. And if you have to create control objectives for policies, so you have to add policies. So we have taken this example mainly for policies. So I am going to add policy here. In further class, we'll try to understand risk as well. Okay. So here let's add any policy. You can add it here, but it has to be added as per your requirement and as per your expectation. So I am adding this one for demo purpose and saving it. So only published policy should be added here. Okay. So once we have added this policy, you could see our control objectives has been automatically created. So this was the two matching control objectives for this policies as per entity type. So this has been automatically created. So once you open this control objective, yeah, let's open this. So you could see here this entity type is location. So like whatever matching control objective based on your entity type, those got created. So this is our control objective. Control objective was also called policy statement, but in our newer version, newer upgrade, it has been named as control objective. Okay. So yeah, you could see this entity type, and you could see here policy which we have added, and based on this policy you could see our control, 6 controls has been automatically created. We have not added it, right? It has been automatically created based on our entity type. So this is how you can generate controls from entity types. Okay. So that's all for today.